Good afternoon. My name's Andrew, and for my New York State conservation species, I chose the bald eagle, also known as the Haliaetus leucocephalus. So the natural history of the species. The eagle population numbered about 500,000 birds when Columbus arrived in North America. They lived on every river and chain of lakes on the continent. People cut down forests where eagles were nested. And people also competed for the same fish as the eagles. Between 1917 and 1953, over 100,000 eagles were killed in Alaska alone. Lead poisoning from dead animals with lead shot was left in the carcasses laying around, which led to lead poisoning in the eagles. And many people drained wetlands in regions where they were nesting and breeding. Distribution in New York State and beyond. Bald eagles are mostly in North America and are currently found in every state except Hawaii. They breed. This is actually incorrect. They breed throughout Canada. That was a mistake on my part. They typically live in areas with large bodies of water that support high fish populations. They breed. This is also incorrect. I'm sorry. This was from a different species. They breed near water from Alaska throughout Canada and in scattered areas throughout the United States. Small numbers of breeding pairs have been found also in Mexico. The largest bald eagle migrant concentrations occur at Hauser Lake near Helena, Montana. They prefer undisturbed areas near large lakes and reservoirs, marshes, and swamps, or stretches along rivers. You can see here the breeding range in Canada and their year-round range in the United States. So bald eagle population history in New York State. They've always been seen as competitors with humans for important wildlife food sources. At one time, bounties were offered for killing them. They had reproductive impairment from pesticides, especially DDT, which was a pesticide that was known for softening eggshells, which led to eggs not hatching correctly. Toxic compounds in fish from contaminated waters built up to high levels in the eagle's bodies, mostly in the Hudson River. And substantial human activity also led to reproductive failure and nest abandonment in areas of breeding. Some of the recovery goals. The New York State Bald Eagle Restoration Project began in 1976. It began an attempt to reestablish a breeding population through hacking. It's like this program of placing birds, like bald eagles, into like artificial cages to like guarantee their success in the wild. Over a 13-year period, 198 nestling bald eagles were collected, mostly from Alaska, for this program and transported and released in New York. The hacking project ended in 1989, and it accomplished its goal of establishing 10 breeding pairs in New York State. The focus is now shifted to finding and protecting nesting pairs in New York State, and the population continues to do well. In 2010, New York had 173 breeding pairs, which fled 244 young that year. Some statewide recovery actions. Since the 1972 ban on DDT, eagles and other birds of prey are once again producing young effectively. They were listed as endangered species. In 1940, the decline of bald eagles pushed Congress to pass the Bald Eagle Protection Act. Outlawed the killing and disturbing of eagles, as well as the possession of eagle parts, including feathers, eggs, and nests. And once again, like I said, the DDT was banned from the use in the United States in 1972 and in Canada in 1973. It was a year later. At the lowest recorded point, in 1963, there were only 417 nesting pairs of bald eagles in the United States. Bald eagle nesting pairs in the lower 48 states are now at 71,400. Some approaches in different management units. Under the Endangered Species Act, the bald eagle's recovery was made possible. They use captive breeding programs to help with this, along with reintroduction efforts to different regions in New York State, and along with various law enforcement and habitat protection in the different areas that they inhabited. Designation of national wildlife refuges and the protection of nest sites during the breeding season also contributed to their population increasing. So this is the timeline for the recovery actions. So you see here in 1940, Congress passes the Bald Eagle Protection Act, which made it illegal to kill, harass, possess without a permit, or sell bald eagles. And then here, the bald eagle is official in 1967. The bald eagle is officially declared as an endangered species under the Endangered Species Act. In 1972, the Environmental Protection Agency prohibited the use of DDT. Like I said, that was the pesticide that softened the eggs of many of the eggs that they laid. They prohibited the use of DDT as a pesticide due to its effect on the population of the bald eagles. And then in 1995, the bald eagle is considered and is classified as threatened rather than endangered. And then in 2004, the federal government officially announced that the bald eagle is officially taken off the threatened species list. And today, the federal government estimates that there are 12,000 bald eagle breeding pairs in the lower 48 states. That's it.